So bombs, missiles, and free-falling economies finally beginning to have an impact on the price of crude. In the Middle East, 2 missiles were fired at the USS Mason in the Red Sea, presumably by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. The action follows a wild weekend that saw Saudi bombing in the Yemen capital that landed on a funeral that was being attended by top military and government officials. Right now, I think the death toll is north of 150 people. Now, in addition to those missiles launched at the U.S. destroyer, those rebels also launched missiles near a military facility within Saudi Arabia. Now, the Yemeni civil war has been an expensive drag on the Middle Kingdom, coupled with the sharp decline in the price of crude oil, makes me think that Saudi Arabia might be ready to blink and throw in its towel on America, more specifically American oil drillers. Now, this country, by the way, suffered a $98 billion deficit last year, and it's been tapping into its foreign reserves at an alarming place. Now, there's no doubt that Saudi Arabia has the cheapest oil to get out of the ground, but its financial commitments are enormous. And then there's Russia, which also needs to find a way to get crude prices higher. Russia's GDP tumbled 35% last year from 2014 and 41% from its peak in 2013. Now, there's some chatter out there that the oil minister maybe is trying to cut a deal, certainly mounting some hopes that there's going to be some sort of major output, maybe an output freeze, and maybe even lower drilling. If that happens, we'll see what happens. But I know there have been a lot of false starts. In the meantime, though, take a look at crude oil. There was huge resistance right around 51.35. We're through that. And if we get big drawdown news later on in the week, I got a feeling we could really take off. I mean, there's not a lot of technical resistance between here and 60. Ironically, though, even though energy was the best performing sector in the market today, utility stocks were the second best performers. So that underscores a persistent anxiety and a need for safety. Speaking of safety, take a look at CyberArk. I know it's been a favorite of mine. It's been up and down inconsistency, but it broke through key resistance today, and that also has a shot to $60. That'd be a 20% move from where it is right now.